What is up, viewers and loyal subscribers to the Babish Culinary Universe? In today's video, we're going to be learning how to make braised pork shoulder and campanelle. Alright, so for the first step to make this recipe, we're going to have to make some flavored salt. For this, we need our salt, of course. We'll take 3 tablespoons of this. And then we'll take 1 tablespoon of ground star anise seeds and 1 tablespoon of ground fennel seeds, which are right in here. Now that we have this made, we're going to cut up all of our fruits and vegetables and meats. This is about 2 pounds of pork shoulder. We're going to want to cut this up into 1-inch cubes. Now that's been cut up, we're going to want to add this to a bowl with our flavored salt and then mix it all together. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to toast a tablespoon of fennel seeds. This is to get all the flavor out of them, get them nice and ready to be cooked. I've already done this, so we don't need to watch that preparation. After that, we're going to want to take 1 fennel bulb. I got some pretty small ones, so I'm going to use 2, and 1 pound of leeks and cut them up into 1/4-inch dice.
Nothing in particular.
Now the last thing we want to prepare before we actually make the sauce is we need to mince up 7 cloves of garlic. The first thing we want to do before we start any of this is we're going to want to preheat the oven to 325. Next step, we're going to add some olive oil to this pan and then we're going to cook all the meats. Now that the pan is nice and hot, we're going to want to add about half of our meat and cook to get a nice crust on it. Now that that's done, we're going to take our fennel and our leeks and add it to the pan and cook until translucent. Now that our vegetables have softened up, we're going to add the garlic and cook for 2 more minutes. Once the garlic has been in there for 2 minutes, we're going to add 1 cup of white wine and let it reduce until the pan is basically dry. We're going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. We're going to add our sachet, and we're going to add all of the meat back in. We're going to put our pan into the oven at 325 for 2 hours until the pork becomes fork tender. Then we're going to pull it out and let it sit. Once that's done, we can let it rest inside of our fridge for 2 to 3 days until you actually want to make the recipe. Now that it's been removed from the oven, we're going to want to remove the sachet and let it cool down to room temperature. So, now that we have the base for the sauce ready, let's make the actual dish. First up, we're going to cut one lemon in half, which we're going to use later for adjusting the seasoning. For our next step, we're going to cut up 3/4 pound of chard, which we're going to put in the sauce. Now the first thing we're going to do is put 1 pot of water onto the stove to boil. Make sure it's nice and salted, which allows the pasta to get extra tender. When we actually cook the pasta, you're going to want some campanelle, which is this nice sort of clamshell shaped pasta. I'll show the camera in a second. Whatever cook time the pasta bag says, you'll want to remove about 1 to 2 minutes from that so it's not fully cooked because it's going to finish cooking in the pan with the rest of the sauce. It looks like this. Alright, now that the water's boiling, we're going to add our pasta and let it cook. This one's going to go for about 5 minutes. While that's cooking, we're going to add all of our pork and the braising liquid into this pan, and we're going to heat it back up. Once this has reached a simmer, we're going to add our chard and let it cook until it's time to add the pasta. Now that our pasta is cooked, we're going to add to the pan along with half a cup of butter and 2 tablespoons of creme fraiche. Now this has been all mixed, we're going to want to taste some and see what seasoning it needs to taste perfect. I think this needs a little bit of lemon juice, so that's what I'm going to add.